What's the most personal thing you're willing to share with us? Please subscribe, like and leave a comment. Much love to you all. I'm 3.5 years into the career I dreamed about as a child and I can't fucking stand it anymore. I have no backup plan, and I feel guilty that so many people I cared about cheered me on to follow my dreams. Edit. The field is graphic design and I've just started working at my third company. What I'm most struggling with is the work we are assigned to do is dull subject matter and all creativity is sucked out by client amendments. Throughout all the companies the design team is villainized by the more client-facing roles and sales teams, with their team leaders often accusing us of insubordination for trying to uphold the brand guidelines. We work long extra hours with no reimbursement or praise, and I'm really feeling the burnout. The people who cheered for you love you and want you to be happy. Similar position to yourself. Finishing university next week doing a degree that I have hated since the start. Wanted to do this since I was young, but have decided not to go into the field when I leave. Now I have absolutely no idea what to do. I too feel that I've let everyone down. I was evicted from my childhood home when I was 15. My mom couldn't keep the place up by herself after my brother moved out. She didn't know what to tell me, so she didn't. She had me take a bag with me when we went to my stepdad's for a weekend over the summer. A weekend turned into 2 weeks, turned into a month, and turned into the entire summer. Finally she told me what had happened, and because she didn't know how to tell me, she chose not to. I lost everything and slept on stepdad's living room sofa for 2.5 years. It's one thing to have lost my material belongings that can be replaced like my computer, video game consoles and such, but I lost irreplaceable things like the memory box I started when I was 7. My childhood photos and all the dolls my dad had given me throughout the years. My dad has been gone 5 years now, and those dolls are something I wish if nothing else, I could have saved. My mom used to clean my room as a kid, and would just randomly throw things away. I have huge issues with hoarding, and have problems with letting things become momentous, because I get emotionally wrecked when those items get damaged or lost. After I moved out, and packed all my boxes I thought they would be safe. She kept one file box of stuff from my whole childhood. It was a few photos from my grandmother, 2 kids' books and some old homework and a sweater. The homework had bad comments on it. The sweater was one I got from a thrift store, and didn't really like. The real kicker was a baby book that was supposed to mark the moments in a baby's life. It had 2 entries. The first was my vitals at birth, weight, day, etc. The second was an entry at 1 month that said mother has stopped breastfeeding and switched to formula. The rest was blank. It was a huge depressing moment of how my entire childhood had been reduced to moments that were just sad. I had a urethroplasty. My entire urethra from the tip of my dick to my prostate was replaced with skin tissue grafted from the inside of my cheek. It was a long, painful, and humbling recovery. Since your mouth has technically been inside your penis, you've now given yourself the mythical reverse blowjob. It's a 10th level technique that only 4 or 5 people in the world have managed unassisted. Later, virgins. I mean, he's seriously getting a constant, never-ending blowjob. What a fucking Chad. Does this mean that when a girl blows him, he is also kind of half kissing them? Is this the ultimate alpha play? The ultimate combination of attack and defense? I'm 31 and still have 2 baby teeth. The tooth fairy is gonna be pissed. Please don't tell my boss. I'm here and I'm disappointed. I'm afraid I'm gonna be stuck at my job for the rest of my life, because I don't know what else I'm good at. It's not a bad job, but it doesn't really pay great and the hours are odd. It's not really something I want to be doing for too much longer, but IDK, what else to do? Hey, I don't know who you are, where you are, or how old you are, but if you feel that something doesn't add up in your life, try changing it a bit. Life isn't as long as it seems. Don't be afraid to make changes. Don't be afraid to fail. You're human. I'm human. We're all human, and we are allowed to make mistakes. Try finding new hobbies, activities that might interest you. Honestly, all you have to do is try something new. It not only helps you in finding yourself, it also boosts your confidence. As long as you want, changes can be made. And please, cut yourself some slack. If you love yourself, get away from the job That seems unfitting for you. Don't torture yourself. You deserve better. This advice is great advice. I felt the same way a long time ago. Started volunteering doing first aid at public events. Found that I loved the work. Ended up chucking in my job. Went back to university to do a health science degree and became a paramedic. Now I'm doing something I really love and I get paid to do it. From that many other positive things came into my life. All just because I started a hobby. From little things, big things grow. All the best, Opus. You got this. My boyfriend is abusive. 2 weeks ago, he choked me out while we were showering together. I woke up on the bathtub floor screaming and crying. I don't know why I didn't end it that day. I'm going to break up with him this morning because yesterday he started, for the umpteenth time, begging me to wear makeup, even though I hate it because I look ugly as shit without it. Break up with him remotely. This is important, and don't fall for begging or a tearful apology. If he's capable of attacking you in the middle of a lovely intimate moment, then you know the rest. Call the police. Please break up and go no contact. He's not just abusive, he tried to kill you. Get supports around you, including the police, when you break up. I'm scared for you. I don't care what you have done in your life, you don't deserve that. Definitely report him and his abuse and don't back down. Those types don't change and their behavior continues to escalate. Don't feel bad for him. Get out and be sure to tell people in your life what's been happening for added support. Take care of yourself. I was recently diagnosed with early onset Parkinson's. I'm really sorry to hear that. My grandfather had Parkinson's. I'm of course in no position to give you advice, as I'm just a 17-year-old, but if I may, please tell everyone what you've always wanted to tell them. My grandfather wasn't able to clearly speak anymore, and we couldn't understand him at the end. Install safety in your house to prevent falling, especially bathroom and stairs. Make your wishes clear to your family. Don't discount what you have to say just because you are young. I know people that are in their 70s that are dumb as a brick. What you have to say matters. People ask why I'm single, and I tell them, because I'm too busy or have no time. But the truth is, I don't know what a healthy relationship looks like. I always self-sabotage and do something wrong when I start seeing someone, and so it never really ends well all the time. I prefer to be alone, since at least I don't get hurt. I'm deeply similar. I'm terrified of being hurt, and even more so of hurting others. Being vulnerable just isn't something I'm good at when not anonymous. I have a few friends that are similar. The ones that overcame it had a good foundation of people they could talk to, that tell them the truth, not what they want to hear, and communicate openly. You will always attract what you put your mind to, whether good or bad. I both long for, and I'm afraid of intimacy. I prefer to be alone, yet always feel lonely. I'm in the same boat. I want love, and I want someone to cuddle, but I'm afraid someone won't love me anymore if I tell them I'm ace. Not sure if this helps, but I've got proof that ace/hetero couples can definitely work. I'm a straight guy who had a long successful relationship with an asexual girl. It helped that we were open and honest from the very beginning. Don't give up. While I'm not full on ace, I'm in a gay relationship with very little sex, but plenty of love, tenderness and cuddles. We've opened up the relationship to accommodate his considerably higher appetite, and it works very well for us. It does take absolute honesty with yourselves and each other. I've had to work through quite a lot of my own uncertainties and trust issues to get to this point, but it's been worth it. I got a call from Be The Match, the National Bone Marrow Donor Registry, on Friday. It seems I came up as a possible match for a 9-year-old boy with leukemia. I just finished signing consent forms and filling out the medical questionnaire today, and I have some further testing to confirm the match later this week. My mother just kicked a hole in the wall. I'm on Reddit trying to calm down, since none of my friends are awake. You okay? Is the wall okay? Yeah, it just needs another brick. I would love to run away for, like a year, and just not give a shit about anything. As long as my kids wouldn't hate me and be cared for, and I didn't have any fallout in my marriage, I wouldn't cheat. I'd just go and not worry about bills or politics, or if I screwed my kid up too bad today, IDK if this counts. My dad is basically doing this right now. None of my friends know, because I've been saying he's there to help his mother with some legal issues, but the truth is he's basically said he's not coming back. If we were in good financial standing, when he left it would have been fine, but we were on welfare when he was here working, and then when he did leave he just kept saying he'll be back next month, so my mom never reported it to the government that he wasn't here. He kept buying plane tickets, but always cancelled them a week before. My 2 older siblings had to drop out of college to get full-time jobs to support us, and I work part-time and go to college full-time. We started making enough to the point we didn't need food stamps, but we were not saving anything, and now we are currently being evicted because my dad didn't show up for a meeting with the Section 8 people. I personally haven't talked to him in over a year and don't want to, but my brother keeps in touch with him, I think. Sounds like you and your siblings are showing some serious strength. Hang in there, mate, and keep it up. I think my dad could be struggling with something. He's a pretty reserved guy who keeps to himself most of the time and likes to be alone often. I have all those qualities and not struggling with anything, if that makes you feel any better. I just actually enjoy being alone. Thank you for the reassurance. I'm actually kind of the same, so it makes sense. I stick toilet paper in my underwear before going for a walk so my underwear doesn't get as much sweat on it. Pantolin is my friend. I had bleeding hemorrhoids and had to resort to feminine hygiene pads. My legs chafed because of the 2 flaps. Turns out they're supposed to wrap around panties, I think. I'm finally facing the ugly truth of age and mortality. My parents and a few other relatives who are in their early 60s now are having a multitude of health complications from mental illness to cancer, and it's scaring the shit out of me. I'm only 26, and I think back to when I was a kid and everyone was perfectly fine. Just doesn't seem that long ago. I'm turning 26 and my dad just got diagnosed with cancer as well. Early stages and a relatively easy cancer to treat, but this post hits close to home. Talk to someone about your fears. It helps. I feel you here, 26 as well, and scared as hell.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more.